Hey guys, alright, so we're getting ready to make the Thai chicken curry from the January Insider's Meal Plan. And so this is really simple. You just need your crock pot out, and you can prep this the night before, leave your crock pot in the fridge, you can prep it the morning of. This is not a complicated thing. You can also prepare this ahead of time and put this in a Ziploc baggie, like a bigger Ziploc bag, and then dump it right into the crock pot if you need to, or you can freeze this also. There's so many different variations. This is a really simple recipe. Being healthy is simple, guys. You know that by now, right? And I'm going to show you this quick recipe. So you need a head of broccoli. Now I have 2 mini heads of broccoli here. If you're not the biggest broccoli fan, I'll let you get away with just the, the smaller head. This is, you can vary these as you like. If you don't like broccoli, you can try something else. You can go with cauliflower or something of the sort. No stress, no pressure, guys. I just encourage everyone to try things that we put together. So I'm just giving this a light chop, as you can see. Chop, chop, chop. And this will cook down as it starts to cook together, so don't worry about chopping it up too finely. Okay, just throw this in the crock pot, and don't worry about how you layer them in either, because we will mix it all together and it'll be perfect. Okay, so the broccoli is in. Next, we need a sweet potato cubed up. Now you want the pieces to be even as you chop this up so that it cooks evenly. So I just chop in half and then in half again, and then I'll keep chopping in halves until I get to the desired shape. All right. So it's a good size, cute little cubes. You can actually buy sweet potatoes already cubed to save you even more time. You can buy broccoli chopped also, and chicken. You can do like the chicken cutlet, not the chicken cutlets, the like, what are they called? Chicken, like the chicken tender size. You can buy that, and then literally just throw all this together, or better yet, get someone to throw it in the crock pot for you. Leave the recipe out for your spouse and say, oh, by the way, can you get dinner ready? It only takes like 4 to 5 hours to cook together, or you can cook it low for 8 hours. This is just great to do, to let your dinner cook for you. It's a nice, warming food for the winter. And it's different too. It's curry. If you never had curry, this is like a very mild kind of curry. But if you never had curry, it has a nice flavor to it. And you can get creative with the spices. We just do very basic spices here. All right, so I'm just taking my cubed pieces, throwing it in. Yeah, you can get spicy. You can do some cayenne. Get very creative with your recipes or with your spices. Okay, so broccoli, sweet potato. Next, we need an onion. I just use red onion. I like the color. I don't really notice too much of a difference in taste in onions, mainly because I don't add onions to a lot of my things. I add them for flavor, and when I add it for flavor, I never really taste a difference. So if you have a preference for what kind of onion you use, go ahead and use your favorite. I know some are a little sweeter than others. All right, so just give this a rough chop. This will add a nice depth of flavor to our recipe here. Okay. Oh, it's gonna make me cry, guys. No crying allowed. All right, chop that up, throw that in. Whew. All right, next on our list here, we have a can of chickpeas. This is just a plain old can of garbanzo chickpeas. I just drained it out. I opened it up and drained it out. Ooh, my eyes are watering up a bit. Drain that out. I didn't rinse them off, I just drained it. All right, next we're gonna need a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. So just put this up and add it in. Make sure that they're cubed, not the whole, you don't want the whole tomato pieces. You want it, so that it will create a nice sauce. Okay. Next, which maybe you're familiar with or maybe you're not, is coconut milk in a can. So we need 2 13.5-ounce cans of coconut milk. Make sure it's unsweetened. And I usually get full fat. I know they have reduced fat and like light, L-I-T-E kind. But I just get full fat. And when you take it out of the can, it's separated. So you're gonna see that on the top here, this is pretty much what is like coconut cream, and it separates. So this is gonna come out first, and then underneath that blob is the liquid. And that's the coconut, like the coconut water pretty much. So it just separates. You can blend it up before you put it in, but really once you mix this all up, you'll see that it gets nice and creamy together. And I love coconut cream. It's a great substitute if you're making like whipped cream and you want it to be dairy free. I use it to make chocolate pudding. So it's very decadent. It's really good. But if you're not used to it, it takes a little bit getting used to. It's an acquired taste, I would say. All right, so I'll show you at what this looks like as we mix it up a little bit more. All right, we're going to add in, I've got to chop up some chicken, but I'm doing that last so that I don't get my cutting board all contaminated. All right, so our spices, we have ginger, we have garlic, we have salt. Let me grab my turmeric. All right, so my turmeric temporarily ran away. I'm not sure where he went, but I will find it and I will add him. All right, so you want to add, we have a cup of dried, where is that? 1/4 cup of dried quinoa. You can use any variation of quinoa. You can use, like they have colored quinoa, they have colored quinoa, they have white quinoa. But you can use any variation. You're gonna use 1/4 cup of it. And this is gonna help give it some substance. It's gonna absorb up some of that liquid as it cooks. And you're gonna add one tablespoon of ginger, and I'm referring to my recipe so I tell you the right one. 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of ginger, and you can use fresh ginger also. I actually have fresh ginger to show you what that looks like. This is fresh ginger. You break it apart. You chop off the edges here. And then you just remove the skin. And then the meat of the ginger. This really beautiful yellow meat. You can make teas with this. This is what this looks like. You can add that. But it's just easy to use the dried spices. And then turmeric. We need a tablespoon of turmeric also. And then a teaspoon of salt. You can add salt as you go. Okay, so that is what we need for that. And then spinach we have. But spinach is what you're going to add in after this all really cooks and becomes really, well cooked, because the spinach will just cook down and it will be too cooked down if you add it in now. So you add it in last minute and it just wilts down and it's a really beautiful dish. So we're just chopping up our chicken here into, you can cut it as small or as thick as you'd like. I'm just roughly chopping it. All right. Get it in a rough chop. And then this will cook down also. We're gonna plop this in. Plop that chicken in. Gotta wash my hands. Okay. Let me go rinse off my hands. All right. And then let's show you what this looks like. Let me show you what we got going on. So it's very as it cooks down, it will become liquidy. And all the juices from the chicken and the tomatoes and the veggies are all going to cook together. The only thing I'm missing from this is turmeric. Please make sure you add a tablespoon of turmeric. It gives it that nice curry color and flavor. You can add any other spices that you like. You can add cayenne to this. Get creative. Make sure you season as you go, taste as you go. Don't taste until after the first 4 to 5 hours so that you know that the chicken cooked. You can also put pre-cooked chicken in here if you prefer. All right. And it's going to be nice and hearty. You have that quinoa in here. You have those veggies in here. You have those potatoes in here. You have that creamy coconut milk in here. And this is a really delicious dish. You can use this. I know on our meal plan we have naan pizza. You can enjoy this with some naan bread. Enjoy trying something new and creative tonight, guys. That onion's going to cook down. Give it some nice flavor. All right, this is what we look like. And it serves 4 people, 471 calories per serving, 39.6 grams of protein, guys. That's a lot of protein. 16.8 grams of fiber, 10 grams of sugar, 7 grams of fat, and don't forget, you're gonna add your spinach. Beautiful, healthy dish, okay? So enjoy, let that cook. Let me know what you think, all right? Bye.